तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोक्ता गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुक्तं गीतामृतं मगध। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वदनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम्। लोके सज्जन षट्पदैर्रघरगः ते पीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। हरि ओम मम। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Ba. Thank you. Lord Krishna is going to conduct an examination for every entering to any college or any like IAS examination or IIT. There will be an entrance test. So here also Bhagavan is going to examine who are the real bhaktas. We have seen there are various types of bhaktas. But who is the most dearest bhakta to Bhagavan? Whether he really conducted the examination or not, that is not the question here. But the subject is, are we eligible to be called as a bhakta? The question paper has been given in advance. So each one can prepare themselves. And here is the marking is done by individual, self only. So what he says in sloka number 9, Matchitta Matkada Prana Bodhayanda Parasparam Katayanchasta Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions he has asked. Matchittaha, are you matchittaha? Are you thinking of me all the time? Satatam, 24 hours, 24 by 7. Are we thinking of Bhagavan? Matchittaha. We go to the temple, look at the idol, and what do we ask immediately? Because somebody, even Bhagavan will ask, why you have come? And then he will say that I want this, I want that. So we are like beggars. This is the lowest bhakti. It's called Atama Bhakti. And once we get out of the temple, then we will be looking only at the objects. Which cafe is good, where coffee will be nice. So here he says, the first question is, Matchittaha. Are you all with me? Yes, we are, but not all the time. When it is convenient, we will worship Bhagavan. When it is not convenient, we will attend to other activities. So, Matchittaha. So, it is the individual to decide where I stand. The second question he says is, Matgata Pranaha. Matgata Pranaha. Pranaha means there are two meanings here. One is the life. In colloquial language, we will say, some lady will say, Em prana vangade abrimba. Em prana vangade na in a life vangade. See, she used to talk to either the children or even sometimes to the husband. Prana vangade, life. The other is sense organs. Are the sense organs under your control? Matkata pranaha. Bhagavan says, a real bhakta will all the time directing their sense organs towards me only. All the sense organs towards me only. In one of the Shanti Pada of the Upanishad, Bhadram Karnebis Srinuyama Devaha. Bhadram Karnebis Srinuyama Devaha. Let my ears hear auspicious things. Let my ears hear auspicious things. Bhadram Karnebis Srinuyama Devaha. The other meaning is, whatever is coming to my jurisdiction of the ears, let that be all auspicious things. One is, whatever I hear, they are auspicious. The other is, let only auspicious things come to my ears. Vajram Karnaibit Srinyama Devaga. For such a person, the indriyas are under their control. There are 5 indriyas, jnanendriyas. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and the skin. So these 5 indriyas should be under our control. So if you are a real bhakta, Bhagavan is finding out whether all your activities, daily activities, is directed towards me. See, for example, the eyes. Eyes may be worshipping Bhagavan when we go to the temple. But once we are out of the temple, suppose there is a good movie, even in Nana Nani we can see if the picture is avoid Shanmukhi, and evening there is a big puja in the temple, we give preference to that cinema rather than to the puja. So that means our bhakti is divided. It's not wholehearted bhakti. Wholesome bhakti, you can call it. Purna bhakti. So the second test is whether the sense organs are directed towards me. This is the test of Bhagavad. First is the mind. Whether the mind is directed towards me. So matchitta matgada pranaha bodhayandaha parasparam. Bodhayandaha parasparam means what? They have the knowledge, everybody, because we are all highly intellectual people. We know what is Shastram, what is Dharma, what is Adharma. But when two people talk, generally our topics will be of the current topics, whether it could be politics or whether it could be the food at Nana Nani or some deficiencies in our day-to-day activities, or somebody will be talking about, since you are not keeping good health, why, how is it? Are you getting proper medical treatment? But the people, bodhayantaha means jnanis, people who have developed themselves. When they meet, they will not talk about these common things. They will only talk about the higher things. How I devoted my whole time for Bhagavan's purpose and what I got achieved. Only such talks will be there. There will not be any gossip. I mean, whatever is the topic will be whatever is devotional, divine topics. Then they get happiness, they get magici, joy. They will revel on that. So, bodhayanda parasparam. So, 3. Matchittaha, first question. Madgata pranaha, second question. Bodhayanda parasparam. So, Krishna, Lord will test us whether you are talking about the current politics or current situation or current surroundings problem, like water problem or heat problem or the mosquito problems or the health problems. But a real bhakta will talk only about Bhagavan and his glories, Vibhuti, his glories. So we can judge ourselves where we are standing in this particular situation. Next is Katayanchasta Mam Nityam. Katayantacha Mam Nityam. We all have children, grandchildren. So Katayantaha means when they talk to the children or their close friends, they will not talk about common things, day-to-day problems, but they will be discussing about from the Ramayana or from the Mahabharata or from Bhagavatam or for lectures of Gita lectures or Upanishad lectures. They will only tell their children the good points, or even among the friends. Suppose a friend comes to your house, you immediately say, "Come, welcome. Will you like to have a coffee?" You can definitely expect that friend will come again tomorrow also, because he loves coffee, and this man is offering coffee. But you tell him that let us discuss about Bhagavad Gita, God's topic, whatever is related to God, let us talk about that. Next day he will not come, because for him it is a boring subject. So from the external talks, God will be able to judge you whether you are all the time talking about me, talking about my glories, talking about my vibhutis. So this is the fourth question. Not occasionally, nityam, every time. That means it is inside your heart. That means you are not away from Bhagavan. So your mind is in with Bhagavan, your sense organs are directed towards Bhagavan, your among your uh, Vedic friends, you talk about the glories of Bhagavan, you talk about the glories to your children, Kathayantacha Mam Nityam, every time. Then what next? Tushyanti. Tushyanti means he is enjoying. His joy is full, complete. When he is talking about all these things, when his mind is totally devoted to Bhagavan, when the sense organs are directly directing towards the Bhagavan. So what is the attitude you have? I enjoy. மகிழ்ச்சி அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் தமிழ்ல. So I am full with happiness. I am reveling. I am ecstatic. That is called Tushyanti Cha. Tushyanti with respect to outside objects. Next is called Ramanti Cha. Ramanti means suppose there are no friends to talk about the glories of the Bhagavan or his divine qualities, then I don't need any outsiders because I am Bhagavan. Agam Brahmasmi. So what will happen? What will I do? I talk about the glories of Bhagavan. I think of Bhagavan. My sense organs will be directed towards Bhagavan. And I will have a dialogue with Bhagavan. That is called Ramanti. In the second chapter, he has said, Prajahadi yatakaman sarvan partha manogadan atmanyeva atmana tushtaha tita prakna tadochyate. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. See, we are all in Nara Nari. We are almost like Vanaprastha today. We are supposed to give up all our attachments and be concentrating on the divine, that I am Bhagavan. For that you get an excellent opportunity. So when we are left alone in the house, no friends to come for gossip, no friends to come for talking with you, not interested to go out. At that time, you be in yourself. When you are in yourself, when you know that you are Bhagavan, what will be your love will be 100% with Bhagavan. Atmanyeva Atmani Tushtaha. The old age, what we are facing today, will be an enjoyable stay here. Not that brooding. Who will look after me? When I become sick, what will happen to me? So this type of thoughts will never come to us. We should learn how to live alone, because we are going to be alone after some time. Friends may not be there. The relations may not be there. The children will not be there. So at that time, because they are all temporary, they are not permanent. The permanent is only Bhagavan. So here what he says is that if you are attached to me, that if all your attention are devoted to me, your old age life will be enjoyable. It's not a drudgery afterwards. Because you have seen many people here, because they have no inclination towards scriptural studies. This is a very simple affair, simple activity. See, there was one wave in the ocean, and the wave thought that I am permanent. But then he came to know my fundamental relation with, for me, is only the ocean. Ocean is there permanently, fundamental. Whereas as a wave, I am only an incidental. Incidental means what? The wave will be there for some time and then it will get merged. And again, the wave will see next morning when he gets up, there is another wave, second wave. And they fall in love. And then they get married. Then they get a small wave. But over a period of time, all these three gets destroyed. Because when they go to the shore, there is no more wave. What is fundamentally left? The ocean. Similarly, our fundamental dependence is on Bhagavad, not on these attachments. Human life, maybe 100 years, 120 years, 150 years. After that, you are not there. So your relationship is gone. Whereas your relationship with Bhagavan is all the time there, fundamental relationship. So that means now Bhagavan is testing each one of us, the bhaktas. He's not talking about the general thing, bhaktas. Could be a lowest bhakta that he goes to temple, seek Bhagavan for Bhagavan's for help of some items or material items or whatever it is, nothing wrong in it. But that is the first step. It's like our entrance for a kindergarten. If I have to go to study medical, I cannot go straight to medical college. I have to start with KG class, first standard, schooling, pre-college days, then college, then specialization. So this is a step by step. Same thing here also in the bhakti level. So from this bhakti, we have to graduate from next step. So Matchitta Matgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayanchastamam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. So if including me, none of us will pass the examination in front of Bhagavan. It's a guaranteed actually. Because we all have defeatist attitude. It is not possible for me in this Janma. Next Janma we will see. Next birth. But next birth you are not sure whether you will become a human being. The dialogue between the husband and wife. Next Janma you should be my wife. Her wife says, next you would be my husband. But they are not sure what will happen there. It is depending upon the karma pala. Punya, Baba Punya Palam, they get the birth. It could be a plant, or it could be a tree, or it could be an animal. So don't waste your time. Dharma, Artha, Kama. We are only staying up to this. Then the last one, Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So nobody wants moksha when we are alive now. So what Bhagavan says is, if you want moksha, that is liberation, free from this samsara, the only method is that direct all your physical parts, mind, intellect, ahankara, and whatever you see, direct towards me, so that this life, at least you can make one step, that is from the month, the lowest bhakti to the next bhakti, next level of bhakti. What is the next level of bhakti? So Bhagavan says, Tesham satata yuktanam. This is sloka number 10. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam preetipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam preetipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Bhagavan has put a bait that if you follow all this above, what was talked about in the previous sloka, he says, he is re-emphasizing two more conditions. Satata yuktana. Satata means always. Yuktana means devoted to me. Satata yuktana. In the 9th chapter, there is one sloka. Ananyas chintayan stoma. Ananya, without distraction. Chintayan stoma. Think of me. Yejana pariyupasate. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam mahamyakam. So he is guaranteeing that if you have this type of bhakti, I will look after your yogakshema. And you don't need any elaborate rituals to achieve these things. There he says, Patram, Pushpam, Badam, Toyam. Yome bhaktya prayachati. The one who gives with bhakti, devotion. Yome bhaktya prayachati, tadaham bhakti upahridam asnami prayatatmanha. That is enough for me. There is no need for you to create a elaborate puja and all that with the showmanship and other things. So, satata yuktana. Bhajata, seeking me. How? Preeti purvakam. Preeti purvakam means with love and affection. With love and affection. It is not that you should not think it is a drudgery. Oh my God, I have to get up in the morning and do puja. No, be happy because you are doing for Bhagavan. Preeti purvakam. For the sake of Bhagavan you are doing. For such people, what does Bhagavan give? Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Tam, for them, I am giving buddhi yogam. Buddhi yogam is atma jnanam. When you get this atma jnanam, what happens? You don't need anything more after that. Because you are full and complete. When you are full and complete, what do you want? Buddhi yogam. Dadami buddhi yogam. Atma jnanam, self-knowledge. For what? Mam upayantite. To reach me. That means he guarantees that I will be with you all the time. Aham Brahmasmi. That means you don't have to worry about these small samsara problems. I will remove you from samsara. I will give you mukti. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I will give you moksha. And who is promising Bhagavan? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajadam preeti purvakam. Now, we go to temple. What is the motive for going to the temple? Either I need something from Bhagavan. Either I have some illness, I want a remedy from the illness, free from that disease, or I expect my child to be, he is probably seeking admission in IIT or whatever it is, or he is trying to get a visa for US. So these are the common things which we go and ask Bhagavan. Love. But for love's sake, are we going to Bhagavan? Bhagavan is full of love, full of kindness. He can give everything. He is a sarvajna. He is an omniscient, omnipotent. When such Bhagavan, when we go, we should seek his love, not any other things. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. And Shankara says, we are mutamate, you are a fool. You go and ask some petty things. Seek me. Now, somebody in the morning, evening, the climate is good, he goes for walking. When he goes for walking, he meets his friend coming from the opposite side. Normally, why should we walk? We are walking because we want our health to be better. Even you have some expectation. Otherwise, you will not walk because you may have a lot of problems. So doctor says, you please do walking daily, 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So you go for a walk. But are you going for walking sake walking? See, there's a difference, When you walk with a purpose and we walk for enjoying the walking, there's a lot of difference. Same thing with respect to Bhakti, Bhagavad. So when I go to a temple, I don't ask any of these small things because Bhagavan is a storehouse of all, repository of everything. He knows what do you want, why you come. He knows it. You don't have to go and express to him. But you go and say that I want you, because you are love personified. I want only your love. Such bhakta, that is what is a Preeti Purvakam. Preeti Purvakam is one of the very profound word which we should understand. And Bhagavan will automatically give you. Because once we pass his test, what I was told is the previous sloka. Today, can we live one day without our cell phone? One day without our cell phone. You get up in the morning at 7 o'clock or 6:30, 6 o'clock, then till you go to bed that particular day, that will be a tapas, austerity. That gives you the strength. What strength? Mental strength. When I am successful, I am elated, I am very happy. But when success comes, you should get, that should give you encouragement, not that proudness or mana, vanity. Whereas when the failure comes, that also it is Bhagavan, because both are given by Bhagavan. So when he gives both, so when I get failure, when I fail in something, at that time, that failure should strengthen my mind. We should not get dejected, disappointed. We should know Bhagavan is testing me, whether how you will react when there is a success as well as failure. So these are all the tests Bhagavan is undergoing. Suppose if I am sick, you should enjoy the sickness because it is given by Bhagavan. Because in the sloka number 8, he has said, Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. I am responsible for this creation. That is nimitta karanam. Matta sarvam pravartate. Everything has come from me. I am the upadana karanam, material cause. Iti matva bhajante mam. The one who knows this, that Bhagavan is the nimitta and upadana karanam, that they are called buddhaha, bhava samanvitaha. They are endowed with devotion. Bhava is endowed with devotion. So Bhagavan is very, very clear in his thinking. There is no need for us to go and question him, but we follow whatever has been given. And Gita is, especially this particular sloka, 2 slokas, Matchitta Madgata Prana, Bodhayanda Parasparam, Kadayanda Chamam Nityam, Tushyanticha Ramanticha. Ramanti is a very, very important for all of us because we should know how to, when we are alone, how we can revel in ourselves without any outside support, without any appreciation from others. I should be reveling in myself. Atmanyeva Atmana Chuttaha. Tesham Satati Yuktanam Bhajadam Priti Purvakam. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayam Tite. So these two slokas are very, very fundamental slokas. We should try to follow if whatever is possible. Start with somewhere. But this is the ultimate because this will give you what? Buddhi Yogam, Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge. And once you know self-knowledge, that everything has come from Bhagavan, then we don't have to worry about anything tomorrow. Yoga Kshemam Bhagamyaham, he says. So that means at every chapter, at every place, he is giving an assurance, guarantee that I will look after you, I will do things. But he is willing to give his hand. But are we ready to extend our hand to Bhagavan? Two things, Somebody can lift you, but then you should also put your self-effort. பகவானோட கிரேஸ் இருந்தால் மாத்திரம் போராது, நம்மளும் அவரோட கிரேஸை எடுத்துக்கிறதுக்கு நமக்கு ஒரு எலிஜிபிலிட்டி வேணும். ஸோ வி நீட் that qualification. And what are those qualifications that have been explained in these two verses? So, and why he is talking about this in this Vibhuti Yoga, that we will discuss on another occasion. Now, the 11th sloka is also very important, that Mr. Natarajan will be able to, he is going to expose. Natarajan.
Hari Om, Jai Guru. So let's see the 11th sloka. Teshamevānukam pārtam aham ajñānajam tamaha nāsayām yātma bhāvasto jnānadīpena bhāsvakā teshām evam anugam pārtham aham ajñānajam tamaha नाशयामि आत्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. So here that when you say tesham, here it means for them. Them means those people who are, as it was explained in the previous two slokas, those people who are all the that is bhaktas, let us put it shortly. For them, eva is only for them. Anukamapartham means out of mercy, out of compassion. Aham ajñānajam tamaha. Aham means, of course, I. Ajñānajam tamaha. Ajñānajam means that is the source or born of ajñānam. Born of ajñānam. What is born? Tamaha, the darkness. Nāsayāmi atma bhāvastho. Nasayami, we know that it's like Tamil. Nasam Pandra, destroy. Nasayami Atma Bhavastho. That is the word Atma Bhavas here, it means within their heart, At Buddhi. Atma Bhavastho Jnana Deepena Bhasvata. Jnana Deepa is that light. Jnana means that, of course, knowledge, jnana, wisdom. Bhasvata is that luminous light. So using that, their ajnanam is totally removed. That's what is meant here. But if you actually see the word by word, the what here, see, always, see, when we say Krishna, right, from the beginning it is like that, but still, after some time, see, Krishna is the pure consciousness which is in all, what you call that, in the heart. So that supreme, that is the Krishna, we call it supreme reality, being merciful to them, that is merciful to the bhaktas who have been all the time thinking about him and discussing among themselves and enjoying that particular, the whatever they talk about, the Atma, or here Krishna word is that Atma which is all the time living. It is also there in the earlier this one, where he lives is in the heart. Okay, that's why. So the Supreme, being merciful to them, destroys the darkness. The darkness is because of ignorance. By how it is removed? By lighting the lamp of wisdom, where in their buddhi. That means here, where ignorance is there, again it is in the buddhi, that is in the mind. Ignorance. What is ignorance? I am the body, that thought. First. So because of that, we have we have with our so many experiences we have had, and we saw in the last time. So that has left likes and dislikes. They completely, we call it the Sanskriti. So it is there, our vasanas. But our vasana consists of likes and dislikes. I like this, I don't like this. So this is the basic ajnanam. So all our activities are based on this. I want to get what I like and get up from me whatever I dislike. I don't want to have them. This is our life. It consists of these two, having these two, mainly to like, whichever you like, have it, whichever you don't like, to throw it. So that is a sort of, and we don't want it. We don't want to get that. So it is, that's how our normal worldly life is. But here, what he actually, the rightful knowledge is, we all know that Aham Brahmasmi, that is the knowledge. So when the mind is involved in the worldly activities, we try to understand so many things, even our professional things or even small, right from the, how, what the food we are eating and what it consists of, how it get, everything, we want to know. And we have so much interest. And not only that, in our subject also, whether it is engineering or medical or accountancy, whatever it is. So we have complete knowledge, and that is there, where? In our brain or mind. So it continues. So even earlier we saw one word. That means which one? Seventh or eighth? Seventh. There was a word. That means abhikampena yoga. Abhikampena means steady, constant knowledge. Now it is constant in us is I am the body. That is there constantly. We don't even think it is there all the time. So now when we talk about this yoga, what Krishna says is this thought, I am the body, that is replaced because of his compassion to all these bhaktas by I am not the body, I am that, I am Atma. That is the truth, is it not? Yeah. So I am Atma. That thought fills your mind, or you can say the buddhi. Here the word used is heart. So where the ajnanam is there, that is totally swept out, and the jnanam, the truth, is made to prevail there all the time. That's what Krishna says. By lighting the lamp of wisdom, I remove the ajnanam. It doesn't mean that what it means. So what happens once it will be completely we understand, we call that realization, I am that. Okay. Afterwards, the mind also gets expanded, and then the next step, the understanding is, I am everything. See, when you say I am Brahmasmi, Tatsvamasi, when you say you are that, I am everywhere. So everything is I only. So whatever I see, everything is, there is no difference between the seer and the seen and the seeing. So this is the ultimate truth that alone exists in manifested form or in unmanifested form, as in sleep. So whatever you see is that. This also many times we have discussed and seen. That is the thing. That means everything is God. See, this sort of feeling, slowly, when we understand, actually at that time, we don't have to think of, every time God, because we know everything is God. That is the ultimate, realization. See, many people say when we die, whatever is in mind. So all the time we try to chant Sivoham or nobody Om Namah Shivaya, Om Narayanaya. So that thought should be always there. Once it is understood that everything is that, even the window which I am seeing, that is also God. So once this knowledge really gets into our mind and we understand thoroughly, so that everything is God, that bhava, that is what actually it meant. That means when Krishna says that I will give him that buddhi yogam, that is jnana yogam, that is the knowledge of Brahma. So there is another word in this particular sloka. Okay. Jnana Deepana Bhasvata. So that here the Nashayami means I remove the complete that ajnanam, and jnana by the light of wisdom. Bhasvata, that is it is always luminous. See, luminous here means it's not really like, because many places it is explained like this. It is equal to 1,000 suns and all these things. It is all, it's a sort of like figure of speech. It is there everywhere and all. See, actually what is that light, the word we use here is, it has that is, when you say consciousness, it is there everywhere. When it's in a pure state. When we say, I have the consciousness of what I see. Oh, I see tree is there. So that based on this, we get the knowledge about that, or what we see is understood. So that is because of the presence of consciousness everywhere. So when you see something, you understand that that is made of consciousness. So there also we see God. So we may always say, what is it? The earlier two slokas, how to all the time keep on thinking about God. Once this is understood, whatever we do, whatever we see, whatever we experience, everything is God only. Because all these things are happening because of that consciousness. So the seeing and hearing, everything finally takes place in our mind. That also we have seen many times. So anything. For example, when we say, I enjoyed, I was very happy there, means what? When we want something, especially very deeply, I must get something, either the, a new car or that is now electric car that comes, so I must get it. If you are very sincere, all the time your mind is filled with this thought. Whenever you see advertisement or when you see somebody is driving, so I must get it, I must get it. So that means your mind is filled with this thought. Once you get sufficient, money to get that, you buy and then drive it home. So at the time, totally all the thoughts, your desire, completely it vanishes. So what is remaining is Atma, at least for that moment. That means that is all the time it is in the state of Ananda. So we feel happy. The happiness happens because your thought or your desire about something is removed and we are with ourselves. That is the Ananda which we think it is because of the car or whatever you wanted, you have got. So that is the actual process which is taking place. So when we understand this, so all the time when we discuss, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or any other topic, it is, when we talk means, it is because of, there are, when it comes from inside, your Param Pashyami, it's all those things, and finally, Vaikari, it comes out. So everything happens from inside. So it is understood. Every word is coming from inside, and that is because of the consciousness. So even that word, the sound, everything is that only. When we go on thinking about that, so there is a total relief. There is nothing actually bothers us. So that's what is saying. That means when we discuss all the time, we are in that state. We can say Suddha Sattva state. This happens because when we chant or when we discuss, automatically we are lifted to that sattvic stage. And that is interesting. Satvika means it is happiness only. So we feel that. But once we come out of any satsang or any of our meditation, whatever it is, then we slowly come back to either tamo guna or combination of tamo and rajo guna and all. So that it goes up. That is so quickly. So we are not able to retain. So that's what in the earlier this thing, that means all the time with knowledge should remain and nothing confuses us all the time. That is what is called the Anpayana. Last this one, Abhikampayana Yogam means it is that steady, understood totally, absolutely, there is no doubt. Till that time, we have to, we continue doing sadhana. So once this is totally understood, there is a stage where there is no doubt at all, and there is no confusion between what you call the jiva or Paramatma. See, actually, jiva means it's all, the space is everywhere. When you have a vessel, the inside also is space. Everywhere that only. Similarly, that the Brahman, there is no place where it is not there. The space is inert. Brahma is it's totally it's a pure consciousness and sensuous. So Chaitanyamaya, that's what the word we use, Chaitanya, all the time. So that is inside the vessel as well as outside the vessel, we have space. Similarly, everywhere, whether it is the Atma is everywhere, and whether it is inside or outside, it is actually same. What makes that difference is the container. So that is the difference. Once you come out, or when the container is removed, So the God or Brahman or Jivan, they all become one. So this knowledge is, it requires why Krishna says, I am merciful to them and then give this. Why he says that? See, once all the time when we go on learning, and for that what we do, the bhakti, initially we go to temple all the time, we sing, do bhajans and have satsang. So especially after I would say retirement, all the time we have to spend, and we are spending most of the time towards this. So what happens? Ourselves, with our sadhana, the likes and dislikes, they are dropped. It actually, we don't have to think, and then it actually, when we have so much interest in spiritual matters and then learning about that, so these things drop. The preference is always for spiritual things. Once you gain knowledge in this, it happens. So that's why in those days, when you say sannyasa means leaving everything and then go into that, vanaprastha means go to forest means what? Nowadays I don't know whether one can stay there, because even always there also fear and all those things will be there. Whether we can, so many animals and things like snakes and so many things will be there. I don't know how they lived after seeing all these things. You have to take care of that. That itself, your most of the time will be spent. But imagine places like this, no other worry, all the time we can spend, and all the time we can think, discuss, understand thoroughly what is by the satsang and all these things. God is not only the non-dual presence, it is everything. There is nothing other than God. There is only one being, which is God. So once we go on discussing and understand this, so what happens? All other thoughts, they become other unnecessary, and then it automatically goes up. So that's what he says here. I means that the consciousness, when it is practiced so much about all the time thinking about what is consciousness, what is Atma, so we go deep. And when we understand slowly, that understanding is actually because of consciousness, which we call Krishna. That's what Krishna says. He has taken so much. See, one thing we have to be very, very clear. The pure consciousness, the Brahman, it is non-moving, achala. It need not think anything. It cannot think. Actually, there is a word there is a sloka in 5th chapter, 14th verse. That means I don't give any work to any of the people, nor what is that? Karma phala also is not given by me, because it is na kartritvam na karmani logasta srujati prabhu. So I don't give that the idea of I am doer or the result of whatever I don't give, because it that alone exists all the time. It doesn't have any thought nor a language to speak. See, who speaks all these things? The person who has realized, he writes like your Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and all these things written by, we call them jnanis because they have understood. So it cannot do anything, so it is done by these jnanis. That's why in 7th chapter it is there. Prakriti, two types of Prakriti, Apara and Para Prakriti. Para is that ultimate, which is this, that I inside, Para Prakriti. And Apara Prakriti is that Prakriti which we see, the nature. Both are I only. Even Krishna here, it means that only. He alone exists. All others, because of Ajnana, they think I am different, I am the body, so I am bound, so I have to get released. That means
liberation.
liberation. So this idea is all the time there. Once it is understood, we know that means this is what Krishna, he says, people who spend time thinking about me, discussing about me, so I give them the knowledge. Means what? When it, see, everything he only, when the other ajnanam is removed because of the jnanam. The jnanam is in the form of, they call it light of wisdom, jnana deepe. So, because of that, this other ajnanam is totally removed. And see, then there is a clear understanding. I am not different. I am everything. So he also, and he is able to express to others who are not understood, like Krishna and Arjuna. Actually, ultimately, they say that one is Atma, another is mind. So this is discussion between them. That's what the Bhagavad Gita is about. So this is so nice, especially this particular one. When we say, I give them because of the lamp of wisdom, by lighting the lamp of wisdom, means it all happens, everything that only. So it happens and there is no doubt. And whatever happens, it's all because of that. So this Purusha and Prakriti, that means the Brahma and the Prakriti, nature, one is moving, another is non-moving, static and dynamic. All are that only. So this clarity, once he gets, so that is, I would say the ultimate knowledge. So this is the thing which, everybody would must get it, because now ajnanam is completely, in fact, it goes, in fact, just in the opposite direction. There, because after, when we get these things, when we do this thing, we will get that, the total the nimmadi, that means that peace, the happiness, and, this total security. We always do search it outside and then try to do. Whereas here Krishna says, once they understood and all the time they are thinking about the me, means the consciousness, discuss about that, I give them that ultimate knowledge by removing the ignorance. That removing means not one time, all the time it is being removed because of the sincerity or shraddha of the bhakta. So this is what, it's a very, in fact, we are, see, the thinking about this and discussing is very, very important. Even after the class is over, see, we have other jobs, it doesn't matter. But at least 1 or 2 hours, one must think about that. So the contemplation is very important. Otherwise it looks very, okay, the meaning is understood. So the practical way is to really what is happening. The process should be understood. That's what, especially Gita, that even that Buddhi Yoga Mandal in a different context in second chapter, it is there. Whether it is success or failure, treat them equally. So how to treat them equally? All these questions will appear. Is it practically possible? And all questions will come. Actually, it is only like that only. Both are made of consciousness. That's how that understanding. Once that understanding comes, it is obvious whether it is success or failure. They are the same. So once it's because of the knowledge, what Krishna says is it is given by removing the ajnana. So this is a very, and for that our effort is understanding this through satsang or study and all these things. And be sincere to it means all the time thinking about this. Once it is understood, so when it is very obvious, there is no difference. There are no two beings. There is only one being. That clarity slowly comes, and whatever doubt we get in that can be discussed out and then understood. So this is a very
Rajan, time 12:05. I see people have to go for lunch.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I didn't see the time at all.
Yeah. पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमुदच्यते
पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। नमस्कार मामा। मामा कळके नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार
అమ్మా నమస్కారం.
नमस्कार बा